Hi everybody, welcome back. This is part 2 of 3 parts reviewing episode 1 of season 19.
Part 2?
Part 2. Part 2 is more action-based.
Yes, it is so jam-packed with information that it is going to be a 3-part review. We're going to pick up where we left off, which is at the sprinkle party.
Did you roll your eyes?
For McKelty's babies. More specifically, we're going to be talking about the relationship of Cody with his family. Let's go.
Oh, goody.
Here's a bit of Cody rambling, not making any sense.
I've had 3 other people basically blame me. I've gone through an entire experience with breakup, and then a breakup, and then a breakup, of not losing my faith, but being so angry that I can't look myself in the mirror and say, hey, dude, I love you. And I can't go to God and say, hey, help me through this mess. I do.
What?
Cody said that because the wives are leaving, he can't love himself or go to God for help. Disconnect. What does one thing have to do with it? What is he talking about? Because they left, he cannot go to God and ask for help. Oh, but then he says, oh, but I do still. Okay, I can't go to God for help. But I still do.
I don't know what you're talking about.
And I can't go to God and say, hey, help me through this mess. I do. But my prayers aren't the same kind of prayers they used to be when I was like, gee, thank you for this beautiful family.
Then he says, but his prayers are different because they used to be, thank you for this beautiful family. Interesting, huh? He still believes he doesn't have a family. He still believes his kids are no longer his kids once they left. He can't thank God for his beautiful family anymore, even though they're still his family. Now the wives are leaving, but the 13 children, there's only 3 of the wives. It's 13 children. He can't thank God for them anymore. He could go to God, though, and ask him for help, which is what he said he couldn't do. But he didn't explain why he couldn't. He only said he couldn't because his prayers used to be, thank you for the beautiful family. I guess he thinks God thinks you only have one prayer, and that's the only one you can pray. And
it's crazy talk.
When life circumstances change, that you can't alter that prayer based on where you are at a given time, and talk to God based on your current circumstances, ask for clarification, ask for guidance, ask for help. Still thank and praise him for your health, your wealth, I mean, I don't know how much Robin's taken, but, and the family that you still have. That could be his prayers.
No.
This is so confusing to me. I feel like it's just Cody rambling and just saying words. I don't think he knows what he's talking about. We have a nice little scene here of now Cody playing victim again. He's just spent so much time listening to Janelle and Christine berate him, put him down.
Divorce has put me in, I'll be honest, a pretty dark place. I've spent a lot of time hearing Christine and Janelle berate me in ways that have challenged my resolve for sort of love of myself.
They've put him down in ways that have challenged his resolve for his love for himself. Again, I don't know what's he talking about. I don't know. But it's ironic. He was so mean to Christine and so mean to Meri on the show. He hasn't been that mean to Janelle. I mean, in person, that one big fight, that was really horrible.
You lie. That's the reason I call you the Teflon Queen. Because you're lying about what has happened and what's been going on. Tell me how I'm manipulating. Oh, no. Tell the whole world. Tell the world. And then go hang out with your buddy Christine. Tell the world how I've lied, how I've manipulated, how I've done you wrong.
That was bad.
I did not.
Yes, you did.
I did not. I did not.
That was mean.
And you're
and
not
then
listening.
You said to me,
Stop
no,
that.
you listened to me.
I corrected that.
You listened to me.
I even apologized for that.
No, you did not.
Yes, I did.
That was aggressive.
What? That you're lazy about the rules? That you won't accept accountability? I don't expect you to try and help us co-parent the kids. I've been here day long, in and out, for all these years, without your support, while you were deciding what you were doing without consulting me.
You stay and talk.
No, I'm not going to, because you're not listening.
You're not listening to me.
And I'm not going to.
Okay, so we're done?
Goodbye.
That was horrible. But the biting, mean, underhanded, just vicious, evil, not necessary comments that he made about the mother of many of his children, Meri and Christine. I mean, how many are there? Let me count the ways. He's forgotten that, and he's now blaming Christine and Janelle for his inability to love himself. I find it hard to believe that Kody doesn't love himself, quite frankly. I mean, do you buy it? I don't buy it. And he goes on to say, for years they've sung my praises, but now they're trashing me. Well, yeah, they played the game. They played the game. You got them in an awkward situation, in polygamy. They only get you a quarter of the time, so they have to put on a happy face and be the good wife. Otherwise, that little bit of time that they do have you gets blown up, and then they don't see you again for another 4 days. So it's a lose-lose for the wives in these polygamous relationships. Lose-lose all around. I can't buy it. Can't buy it. Okay, I don't want to be bashing polygamy here. This isn't what it's about. But like, he doesn't understand. He set his wives up to be in a situation where they did have to worship him until they woke up and realized, you know what, we don't really have to. I could be much happier actually completely on my own. Not even like finding another guy, just living by myself. The catch is most women in polygamy can't do this because they are financially bound to that man. Many of them don't have their own bank accounts where if they do have a job outside of the family, they're putting money into their bank account. It's going into a family fund. So even if they do have employment, unless they have family outside of the faith willing to throw out a safety net if they leave, they're in a tough spot. These women are very blessed. They have TLC money. They have social media following. They have an income. They can leave.
For years, they were singing my praises, and now they're sort of loathing me. If they're trashing me to the public, I can't imagine what they're saying to my children, so it makes me very uncomfortable.
Kody brings up again, we're going to start rehashing all this. These women are trashing me out in public. Can you imagine what they're saying to my children? I think it's just the opposite. If I was dissatisfied with my husband, I would be more apt to trash him out in public and not say as much to the kids, unless they were grown adults at that point. And maybe that's what he's upset about. Maybe he's upset that the grown adults in his family have opened their eyes and realized what's going on. And Christine and Janelle and Meri even will talk to their children as adults and speak honestly now. The cloak of charity is gone. The secrets are coming out, and he is vulnerable. And he does not know how to handle it.
I hear Cody grumble about he thinks that I've pitted his kids against him, and it's just not true. I'm going to do everything that I can to have them have a good relationship with him.
I don't think it's true at all. Both Janelle and Christine have said there's nothing they want more than their kids to have a good relationship with Kody. Christine has bent over backwards to encourage McKelty to be the bridge between Robin and Kody, and even Robin. She's encouraging a relationship with Robin and McKelty.
Robin.
Yep.
I mean, that's going above and beyond. Kody has a story in his head, and he's sticking to it. Doesn't matter what you say. He just doesn't believe it. He's just convinced. You know, this projecting thing. Because that's what he would do in that situation. He would badmouth his wives to his kids. So he's convinced that's what they're doing to him. We have actual tears coming up from Kody. Is he crying for his kids? Is he crying about them?
Nope.
He's crying about himself again.
Just the failure of the experience that was everything. Oh, my goals.
It's all about me.
His big family experience is a bust.
Now, failures happen. And I'm going to grow up, and I'm going to put on my big boy panties. I'm going to get through this. You know that I am.
Panties? Really, Kody? Boys don't wear big boy panties. I think you meant to say breeches, not panties. Freudian slip. Oh, there's so much to say about this episode. We're not even halfway through it. It's good. Kody and his classic narcissistic, I'm so sad for me, and I don't know who else to blame. Who am I supposed to blame here? Can't be me. We didn't miss a beat. We picked up right where we left off with last season. It's kind of sad. There's not even a learning curve. There's like no learning. No aprende. I'm learning Spanish in the Duolingo app. You guys are in trouble. I'm probably going to be throwing Spanish words in here. Did I say that wrong? All you Spanish-speaking people, no aprende. Should it be no aprendes? You don't learn? Or would it be no aprende because he doesn't learn? I think no aprende. El no aprende? Okay, let's go on. Focus! Okay, do you remember in the trailer we saw Christine and Janelle moving boxes out of what looked like a house, and it was very confusing because it didn't look like Christine's house, but it really didn't look like an apartment complex, and Janelle was in an apartment, and I was like, what's going on? Where is this place? It's Maddie's house. They are moving Isabelle out of Maddie's house in North Carolina, where she's been for the past year, going to school and living with Maddie.
Hello, Mama. Hello, my love.
Isabel's been in North Carolina with Maddie almost a year.
She said that she felt like Isabelle needed a break from her mom. And we know that Isabelle and her mom had a contentious relationship growing up. Isabelle really connected with Meri most of all.
I think it was good for her to come and kind of get away from home and kind of figure out who she was a little bit away from her mom. But she's ready to go back now, especially that Christine lives in Salt Lake. She's really anxious to be back.
Okay, so they are moving out of Maddie's house, and she is moving back to Salt Lake City, partly because her mom is there. She's interested in transferring. She's going to go to school at the University of Utah, but she is going to be living on her own in Salt Lake City, not with her mom, Christine. It's really interesting because they're very forthright and very open about the fact that Christine and Isabelle butt heads. We never see it on the show. We've never seen her really challenge her mom or her mom really scold her, but they will say that, yeah, they had a contentious relationship. And Isabelle found solace in going over to Meri's house and hanging out with Meri. Maybe Isabelle's just one of those people that doesn't do really well with lots of noise and crowds and all that. Like, she really needs quiet and peace. And Christine's not the epitome of quiet and peace at all.
Bless her heart.
Meri is. She had a huge house, nobody in it. Even all the way back in Utah, she had one child in it, but still had the same amount, if not a little bit more space than what Christine had when she had the 6 kids. So maybe that explains it. I don't know. They've never really dove deep into it. In the interviews with the wedding, Isabelle seemed over the moon excited for her mom to get married, and she seemed emotional about it. So it didn't seem like there's a complete disconnect. It really kind of confuses me. I wish that they would dive into it a little bit more and explain it. But I will say I appreciate their forthrightness in terms of explaining. Christine said, yeah, like she connects with Meri. It's the way it is. That's the beauty of sister wives. Unless one sister wife keeps Isabelle away from Meri, i.e. Robin, at Christmas time and invites her into town and doesn't let Meri know.
And then Isabelle and Truly and McKelty came over.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, and so that Cody could do some Christmas with them.
I didn't even know Isabelle was in town.
Really? Yeah. And there's not a lot of communication.
Why are you laughing? No.
Anyway.
It's not. It stings. It's sad. It's hurtful. I don't honestly know why Robin's really telling me this.
Okay, separate story. Let's go on. Janelle shares with us the status of her relationship with Cody. And that is, she hasn't seen him in months. She's had a couple little conversations with him, but she doesn't see him and she doesn't miss him. I love it. It's like the more time she's away from him, similar to Christine, the more she realizes, you know what, life is a little bit easier than it was.
I don't know what to do with the word plural family. I think we're sister wives that are raising kids together, that we're part of the plural family.
I like that Christine kind of doubles down about being a sister wife. You know, Cody does not like the fact that Christine will still refer to Janelle as a sister wife because Christine has left. So Christine's trying to grapple with explaining what are the kids now to each other and to Cody, and what are the wives to each other, and this is what she has to say.
The kids don't have a great relationship with Cody. Not all the wives have a good relationship with each other. So that's why I wouldn't say it's a plural family. I would say that what Janelle and I have is a sister wife family.
Okay. This is a little glimpse into production that is going to make you, I hope they do this all season. This is production dropping information on Cody to get his reaction on camera. They just told him off camera, we didn't see it. They just told him that Christine is helping move Isabelle out of Maddie's house to get her back to Utah, and that Janelle is helping. And Cody's FOMO is through the roof.
They're moving Isabelle, so Janelle helped.
The fact that he doesn't know about a major thing that's happening, it's killing him. It's killing him.
Oh my goodness, the tables have turned so bad. I'm not getting the big picture anymore because I'm not involved. And now Janelle seems to be kind of following Christine around, like, you're so awesome and your life is so great. And it's just, that's what appears to me to be.
So the wives used to go to Cody as little puppy dogs going, pick me, pick me. And then last season he said, the wives all act like, come here, help me, hang a picture, do this for me, help me. Now he's saying, Janelle is following Christine around like a little puppy dog. I want my life to be like yours. He's gonna get another analogy.
English your second language?
He doesn't have the capacity to think beyond animals when it comes to analogies, apparently.
Yeah, it's a very hard language.
All right, so we have a scene here with Meri now. Okay, do you remember in the trailer, the blonde girl with the dark red lipstick whose face was turned when Meri said, I'm divorcing him or I'm leaving him, whatever she said, and she goes, oh no, and everyone was trying to guess who that was. I think it's Christine. I think it's Isabelle. Somebody had a good person all the way back from the adoption of Robin's kids. It was at the party. It was somebody that kind of looked like her a little bit. None are right. The girl's name is Brandy. She's a good friend of Meri's. Meri had friends in Vegas. Jen was in Vegas. This Brandy was in Vegas. I'm sure there were many more. She acquired a lot of friends also through her LuLaRoe stuff, I believe. Cody done her wrong when he made her move to Flagstaff in the promise of a relationship rekindling. Meri does a good job of picking friends. This girl seems genuine. She seems like she has a level head. She seems smart. She seems like she really understands Meri. She seems to have good perspective. Meri shares with her the relationship is over with Cody.
I don't know what to say about this because I'm really, really, really glad. You guys have been done unofficially for a long time.
She's a voice of reason, just like Jen. Meri needs that. She needs grounded people. And Meri's realizing, it's hard to tell somebody who's really maybe not in a great relationship and you don't really like their spouse. They've already made a commitment to them. So, as a friend, what do you say? Your husband's kind of a dork, or your husband, I don't really like him that much, or I'm not fond of the way he talks to you, or whatever it is. We don't say that to each other. I mean, we might say to a friend, how are you? Are you okay? But to say something negative about their husband, indirectly, the friend takes it as a personal attack against themselves because they chose that husband. It's the same thing. I remember when I was in high school. I would go to high school and complain about my mom all the time. My mother this, my mother that, my mother this. But the minute one of my friends would say to me, she sounds horrible, I'd be like, well, she's not that bad. Instantly the defenses come up. And you're like, oh, I just wanted to vent here. Like, I don't need your 2 cents. I just need to get this out. By the way, my mom's lovely and I love her. Typical teenage stuff. So I think it's the same thing with a spouse who you've chosen and committed to and had a marriage ceremony with and have children maybe even with. I think that's why Jen and this Brandy haven't said anything till now. And Meri admitted that as she's been telling more and more people about this, they have been saying to her, it's about time. So to her, it's justification that she's made the right decision and she's doing the right thing. Meri, if you can hear me, Meri, you made the right decision. You're doing the right thing. I mean, she's not doing anything any different. All she's doing is not giving them her money anymore. She's never been in a relationship with them. He never wanted to see her but one day out of the year. So, I mean, come on. It's not that big a sacrifice on her part. But I think it's a mental shift because she felt like she was still a part of the family and that was going to reconnect someday. So now she realizes that's never going to happen. They're all the way back now in Salt Lake City. They're meeting in McKelty's house. And to see McKelty's daughter with Evie, Maddie's daughter, so cute. So cute. And now Maddie and McKelty both pregnant at the same time. Maddie's not as pregnant as McKelty is. Well, McKelty looks like a house because she's got twins inside of her. Actually, she looks like she's lost a lot of weight. Which I do remember her in her Patreon talking about that too. This whole weight loss thing that's happened to her when she's like, no, I'm not on Ozempic. She's like, when I was pregnant with the twins, I really lost a lot of weight then because I was constantly eating and they were just taking all the calories. You can see in her face that it's much thinner than it was even at the baby shower, but definitely at the reveal when they popped the little things and the blue came out. All right, we have... classic. I like it when there's a little bit of explanation about relationships and situations, but then I get frustrated when I hear the truth sometimes. Here we have Janelle explaining about the relationship between Maddie and Cody. We know it's estranged, right? It was said in the last season that Cody said, oh, she's not contacting me and I don't know why. And we do know from the show that Maddie has said, I need to protect my children. So they're not going to be around people who I don't feel like are best for them. She probably used the word safe. They all use safe. I mean, Robin uses it in every other sentence, but it is a Brown family word. At any rate, Janelle's talking about that right now.
I know that Maddie has not had any conversations with her dad. She's not called him. She doesn't have any relationship with Robin. She's pretty much written them both off.
Now, Janelle adds that Maddie does not want to have a relationship with Cody and her kids unless Cody can commit to a consistent presence in their lives. So that implies that part of what has been happening between them is Cody's inability. We've seen it with the wives, we've seen it with the children, now it's with the grandchildren. Inability to reach out, make them a priority, go see them, talk to them, FaceTime with them, whatever you need to do to maintain relationships. He's not doing it. For all we know, he's flaked on times that he was going to go over there too. And classic narcissistic behavior would also say that he would say things like, oh, I'm going to come see you sometime this year, or I'm going to come soon, and then just flakes and doesn't do it. And I'm proud of Maddie for setting up boundaries. Cody was asked about the situation.
Let's talk about Maddie.
I won't talk about her.
You won't?
Nope.
He often throws temper tantrums like a 2-year-old.
I mean, what? Oh, does he not know he looks like a douche when he acts like that?
He doesn't care.
What an arrogant piece of... I won't talk about her. You won't? Nope. It's your daughter. It's your child. The wife of your favorite bro in the world, Caleb.
Thanks for your help, you guys.
Yeah, no problem.
I know you told your friend you're not okay. And tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away. As you fade away.
We'll come visit often. Yeah,
I know you told your friend you're not okay. And tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes.
Bye, guys.
fade to gray.
Love you.
Thanks, guys.
You'd think he would go out of his way to maintain a relationship just to get to Caleb. Kody loves him some Caleb. No. And Maddie says all he has to do is be consistent. Can't do it. Gosh, he's so disappointing. I can't even relate to it. He doesn't act like a father. He acts like an acquaintance, like these kids were like friends back from elementary school that, you know, if he sees them every now and then, fine. If not, fine. But when they do come into town, they need to let him know and arrange for the whole get-together and meeting, because he's not going to put forth effort. And to prove that Kody's not doing it, well, Robin agrees. He's not reaching out.
I don't understand why Kody's not reaching out to Madison or some of the other kids. I know he's in a very angry and hurt place, but he should just be putting in the effort.
Okay, so we have an excuse built into that. She doesn't know why he's doing it, but, you know, I know he's angry and I know he's hurt and that. Oh, and then she doubles down on top of it. She can't even leave it at that he's wrong, but he has a good excuse. No, she has to add more. This is what she says.
But I think the kids should be doing the same thing too.
Nope. They're still the kids. He's still their parent. If he's not, if they're going to look at this like, well, they're grown adults now. They're adults. They should be reaching out to him. Then in the same notion, Robin should have treated them as adults when they were doing the kids' gift exchange and not tell them and reprimand them and pull her kids out of it. She should have let the adults handle it, but she didn't. Sometimes it's okay to refer to them as kids. Sometimes it's adults. It all depends on what serves their narrative best in a given situation. This time, it was their responsibility to be reaching out to Kody. Let's negate the fact he's not reaching out to them. Excuses, excuses, excuses. Making up excuses for Kody, helping him maintain the victim. Because I think she sees herself connected to him. So the two of them jointly are victims in the whole family situation. Mykelti is reflecting on the family situation, and here's what I find interesting. Her words are, the state of the family is heartbreaking. I wish we could all be back together again. If you look back to our family 14 years ago, when Robin first joined the family, everything was beautiful and united. She said it was really amazing and they had a together against all odds vibe.
And then what?
And then Robin. I can't believe those words came out of Mykelti's mouth. I don't think she thought through what she was saying when she said it. Everything was great 14 years ago. This is how our family was. I wish we could get back to that. Well, you can't pluck Robin out of it. She's there. So it's never going to go back to that. But it can be back to that minus Dad and Robin. So at this point, we have some new information that, because it's 2 years later, we know it didn't come to fruition, but would have been really exciting if we saw this 2 years ago. Part of the reason Janelle and Maddie went for this whole adventure and help Isabelle move was because Maddie is going to continue on to Montana. Janelle's going with her, and Maddie's looking for property to buy and to build on. And Janelle's interested in doing the same. So the whole buying more property and being close, having Janelle be close to Maddie, it happened, but we know it happened in North Carolina. And we also know that since then, Mykelti has picked up and moved to North Carolina as well because Tony got a job there, his dream job as a chess instructor or something along that line. Now, I don't think they live really close to each other, but Mykelti did recently say that the kids, the cousins, get together often. So I thought they were a couple hours away from each other, and maybe they are, and they're just making the effort to get the kids together. I'm not sure. But at any rate, we know that Maddie and Caleb and their family and Janelle have all bought property in North Carolina. And right now, Mykelti and Tony are renting a home also in North Carolina in a different city. So here's Kody making this move of Isabelle across the country, and then Maddie looking for property in that. This whole situation and them doing this activity, Kody manages to make about himself. And he said that they're doing it because they know that when he's not involved in something, he has FOMO. It's the first time he's admitted it. He has FOMO, and it's a punishment to him. But it's all about Kody. Yeah, they moved Isabelle across the country so that they would have a big event happen without you, Kody. I mean, obviously they weren't going to invite Kody to come along. They didn't even talk to him when they were in the same enclosed house together. He's divorced from Christine and separated from Janelle. Why would they invite Kody to come along? And Kody has an estranged relationship with all his kids. Maddie was part of it, and Maddie doesn't speak to him at all. Yet he says this is all about trying to punish him. Gosh. The ego of this man, his distorted reality is shocking.
Flagstaff no longer feels permanent. And if I had another option, I would probably take it.
They know that I suffer from FOMO about my family. Fear of missing out, okay? So anything they can do that excludes me is a punishment to me.
God, you have a creepy smile.
Is a punishment to me.
It's not about you, Kody. They probably didn't even think about you once the entire time. They were having a good time. They were focused on traveling, driving directions, where we're going to eat, where we're going to stay, socializing, communicating with each other, getting the family together. Had nothing to do with Kody. He thinks it's about himself. There's one line here where Christine says she's so excited about the possibility of Janelle buying property and moving to Montana. Was it Montana or Wyoming? I think it was Montana. At any rate, Christine's excited about it because she thinks that Janelle might actually still build on Coyote Pass. Christine believes Janelle's not officially broken up from Kody because she's never officially had the we're done relationship talk. In Janelle's mind, they've had enough little talks that it's really clear, and they haven't seen each other for months, so it seems really clear. But Christine's like, I don't know, this is Kody. You might want to really state it out, maybe write it out, maybe have him sign it, proving that he understands it's over because, because he is clueless. I predict Christine is right. Kody still thinks that he's in a relationship with Janelle, and Janelle thinks she has just moved on. So Christine's afraid that Janelle's moved on, but she might just build on the property because she owns it. And Christine feels like she might get stuck there because then she's going to have to keep looking across the street or the pond, the cesspool, and see Robin and Kody in their house over there. And that will just suppress and make Janelle sad. She thinks Janelle needs a clean break. Cody's going to watch this little clip. This is going to come up in the tell-all talk back situation at the very end where he's like, see? Christine convinced Janelle to move on and leave me. Janelle wouldn't have done it if Christine didn't keep talking in her ear. Just watch. He's not going to give Janelle any credit for making that decision because he's not going to believe that 2 wives would actually choose to leave him. Now, he chose to dismiss Meri, but Christine chose to leave him, and he is still struggling with that, which is going to be even harder if he realizes Janelle's doing the same thing. He won't be able to accept it. So he's going to go back and we're going to just keep blaming Christine like we did all last season. The whole demise of the family and the fact he's not getting along with his kids, Christine's fault. I'd say poor Christine, but Christine doesn't care. She's like, whatever, blame me. I don't care. It's not true. I'm moving on. Let him be miserable. Okay, that was the end of part 2. Good. It's good. Guess what? It gets even better. Come back again very soon when I finish editing this and put out part 3. You are not going to want to miss it. It ends with a bang.
Oh, yeah. One more thing.
Please hit the like and subscribe button. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.